in the last class?
Multithreading.
Yeah, we started with multithreading. So how to create a thread? How to create a
Extending
thread?
thread class
Extending
or
thread
implementing
class
runnable interface.
or implementing runnable. Hello, Srijana.
Hi Raj.
Yeah, hi Srijana. We discussed about multithreading yesterday. In order to create a thread, we need to create a class which extends thread class or implements runnable. Okay. So once you extend the class, which method we need to override in our class?
Run method.
Run method. And how to invoke run method?
Start.
Start.
Very good. Yeah, by using start, we have to invoke run method. Don't invoke run method directly. We have to invoke run method only by using start. Then only it will become multi-thread program. Okay. Yesterday we have seen an example code where we have seen the methods of thread class. So today let us go with one more example to understand more of threads. Let me set as thread demo 2. Right click on project and say new class. And here we are saying thread demo 2 with main method. In this code, I am taking a class thread X which extends thread. Okay. We override the run method. Now, now take the current details of the thread. Let's thread T equal to thread dot current thread. Why we call this method is whenever you want to change the names or priorities, we call this method current thread. Then once the details are present in T object, by using T we can able to change the name or priorities. So if you are not interested to change the name or priorities, without calling this method, just do only the task. You can go only with the logic of your thread. In this thread, I want to change the name to thread X. And in this thread, the logic what we want to do is we want to print the numbers from 1 to 10. We want to print the numbers from 1 to 10. Like this. Sys out t dot get name, which returns the name of your thread, that is in our case thread X, a separator colon, and the value of I. Then how the output will come? Thread X colon 1, thread X colon 2, like that thread X colon 10, right?
Yeah.
Right. So how to invoke run method? Create object of your class.
Start.
I'm using start
New
method.
thread X, and we have to invoke the start. And this code, so we get the output thread X colon 1 to 10. Thread X colon 1 to 10. Yeah. Let me create one more thread. Extends thread. Override run method. Then again take the details of current thread. So say e dot set name. We are saying thread 1. And in this thread we want to print from 10 to 1. Thread X is 1 to 10. Thread Y is 10 to 1. T dot get name is separator colon and the value of I. So which is going to print from thread by 10 to 1. So in the main thread, create object of your class thread by tt equals new thread by and call the method t2.start. Now run this code. Run this code and observe the output. So when you run this code, first you are getting thread x 1 to 10 and thread y 10 to 1. We are not filling any multi-threading. Run it again. So we cannot say how your threads are executed by CPU. Again run it. See here. Now CPU has given time to thread y first. Got it? The meaning of runnable state now.
Yeah.
So thread x and thread y are present in runnable state, but CPU has given time to thread y first here. Okay. Run it again. Run again. See here. Now CPU has given time to thread x 1 to 8. Observe here. Then after that it's going to thread y 10 to 8. Then again thread x. Again remaining time thread y. So can you find multi-threading here in this code? In this output?
Yeah.
Right? Sometime for thread x, sometime for thread y. How it is going to allocate? That is not in the hands of programmer. But both the run methods are executing by CPU now.
Yeah.
Right? Jyoti Meghana?
Yes.
Yes.
Right? Monica Srijana, clear with this multi-threading now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Instead of start, let us go with run method here. Let us go with run method. Then can you say what is the output of this code?
First is thread x and then thread y.
Thread y. Okay, how many times you run? Will it be the same output now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? No change because there is only one thread called as
Normal.
main element. It's a normal program. So first it will go to run method of thread x. Until the total run method is over, the control will not come back to the main method at all. Again, when you call t2.run, again it goes to run method of thread y. Until it is over, it won't come back to main. Ordinary programming. So we have to create threads only by using start. Clear with this point?
Yeah.
Right, everyone? There. Now the next one, let us understand about sleep method.
Raj,
Now when it, yes, Monica.
in this program, if you want the priority of thread, how can we get the priority?
Change the priority, but it is not guaranteed. Priorities are not always guaranteed.
Okay. Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Got it, Monica?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? So when you are going for iterating some 1,000 times, then there is a chance of having more iterations for thread x if you give priority for thread x as some 10 letters
Okay.
and
Okay.
priority for thread y like 2. Then
Yeah.
there are some chances. Okay?
Yeah.
Not guaranteed priority also. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now once I print thread x colon 1, I want to make your thread to go to block state. How to make a thread to go to block state? By calling the method sleep. And I'm passing 1,000. I'm passing 1,000. So 1,000 means 1,000 milliseconds means for 1 second. So are you getting error under sleep method?
No.
Right? So keep mouse pointer on that sleep method.
Yes.
The error, then it will give some message to you. So it is saying unhandled exception type interrupted exception means sleep method throws interrupted exception. Sleep method throws what exception? Interrupted exception. So when a method throws an exception, what is it? Need to be called in between try and catch block. See how good Eclipse is? Just a click here, surround with try and catch. That's it. It will write the code for you. So this is checked exception. Checked exceptions are nothing here. In Eclipse, what we need to do? Just one click operation. Your Eclipse will take care of writing the code for you. Got it? How easy checked exceptions are? Unchecked we should identify. But checked, compiler will give the details to us. Right, everyone? Clear about checked exceptions?
Yeah.
Same way this side also. Once I print thread by colon 10, you want to make the thread to go to block state. Thread.sleep. Yes. Keep mouse pointer on this error and you can click on this option surround with try and catch. Now run this program. Can you expect what is output? So it's going to thread x only. So even though thread x is going to block state slowly, so is it going thread y? No, right? Why? What is the problem? What is the mistake we have done in this program?
We can use the wait instead of sleep.
Not wait. One mistake you can find in the program. How many threads are there in this program?
Two.
How many threads are there in this code?
20.
10.
10 threads. No.
Two.
2 threads. What are the 2 threads?
Thread
X
X and
and
thread
Y.
Yeah, X and Y means X and Y. But what about main thread? Main is also thread here. So we have to say what? 3 threads or 1 thread?
Okay.
Only 1 thread is there in the program. That is main thread only here. Why? Because which method did we use?
run method.
Run method. So when I say run, it's not T1 will not become a thread. T2 will not become a thread. Then we are left out only with what? Main. So your main thread is only going to block state coming out. Main thread is going to block state and coming out. So which method I should call here? Start. Got it? And this code. Now see the output. Say thread x colon 1. Then since we call sleep, thread x goes to block state. Then CPU will be free. Then allocating time to thread wise. Got it? Again thread x. Again thread y. Got it? The need of sleep method.
Yeah.
Right? Sleep makes the thread to go to block state for the given specified time. Okay. Let us understand one more method. Not one more method, one more concept here. Very important one. T1 dot start. So when you say T1 dot start, did the thread go to runnable state?
Yes.
Yes. So when your thread goes to runnable state, again you are saying go to runnable. Is it good way of saying? Already you are in runnable. Again you are saying go to runnable. Is it good? No, right?
No.
So let us see what is going to happen. When you call start method twice or multiple times on a thread, it's going with what? Exception. What is that? Illegal thread state exception. And observe one thing. After throwing the exception, is the thread continuing? Is the program continuing?
Yeah.
Observe. But what we discussed in exceptions,
It is
once
Arises
an
the
exception
program
occurs, the
is
program
performed.
should get terminated. But is
terminated.
the program terminating yet?
No.
No, right? The program is not getting terminated. So, what is the inner meaning of exception? Whenever an exception occurs, it terminates the thread, not the program. Up to exception, we had only one thread main. So, that's the reason it has terminated main thread. But here, we are having multiple threads. We are having multiple threads. So, what is the point you should understand? When an exception occurs, it terminates the thread, not the program. That is the inner meaning of exceptions. Got it, everyone?
Yeah.
So, here in this line, we got exception. Illegal thread state exception. So, this statement belongs to which thread? The statement where we got exception belongs to which thread?
Thread X.
Thread X.
Not thread X.
Main thread.
Main thread. Very good. Main thread. Because these all statements you have kept in which line? Which method? Main. So, these all
Main.
statements belongs to which thread? Main thread. And when I say T1 dot start, your thread X is already started, right? Your thread X already started. So, it will be continuing. And this statement belongs to main thread. So, main thread will get terminated. So, the remaining part of main thread will not get executed. But already since T1 is started, that is thread X is started, it continues. Here, why we got that thread X as output?
Yeah.
Right? So, what is the point you should remember? Very important for interview. When start method is invoked multiple times on a thread, it terminates the thread, not the program. It terminates the thread. Multiple times on a thread, it throws illegal thread state exception. And what is the point? When an exception occurs, it terminates the thread. Terminates the thread, not the program. Not the. So that's about this code. Then let us go with the next one. Creating threads using runnable. So let us understand directly with program. Runnable demo.java. It's very simple program. Runnable demo with the main method. In this one, let us create a class thread R. Implements runnable. So when a class implements an interface, do I need to override the methods of interface?
Yes.
Right? So
Yes.
now runnable goes with only run method, so we have to override. So here, that's the reason we are getting error here. That is the meaning. Your compiler will ensure that we override run method. So it's saying that thread R must implement the inherited abstract method run. So we have to compulsory override which method here? Then do some logic here. Something you wish. Just I want to print from 1 to 10. So the main objective is how to invoke run method here. That is the main objective of understanding. So how to invoke run method is create object of thread R. Then say what I should say to invoke run method. T1 dot
Start.
So when I say T1 dot start, are you getting error?
T1 dot run.
T1 dot run means ordinary program. We should not invoke run method directly. We have to invoke run method only by using start. But when you say start, we are getting error. Why? Because does your thread R contains any start method?
No, we should
And
use a
runnable?
thread class.
So
Yeah, we
runnable
should
also
use
does not have any
reference object.
start method. So there is no start method for thread R now. But start method belongs to which class?
Thread class.
Thread class. So what I need to do? Create
We
object
need
of
to.
thread class here. Only one line extra when you go for runnable. Create object of thread class. Once you create object of thread class, now invoke start method using T object. Now T is referring to which object here? Thread class, right? Thread object. So when I say T dot start, which run method will it execute? Will it execute run method of thread or run method of thread?
Run method of thread.
Very good. Run method of thread, because whichever the object you refer, it will go to that class only. So it will go to run method of thread. So what is the code in run method of thread class? What I said yesterday, empty method. So no output, right? So we're not getting any outputs because run method of thread class does not have any code. It's an empty method. But my objective is I want to invoke run method of thread R. Then the solution is to the constructor of thread, you pass T1 object. To the constructor of thread, you have to pass T1 object. Now T is referring to the memory of T1. Now when you say T dot start, it will go to run method of thread R. Only one line extra when you go for runnable. Clear? Jyoti Meghna?
Yes.
Right? Monica Srijana?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So only one line extra when you go for runnable. So the thread R object, that is the runnable object, we have to pass it to the constructor of thread. Now you'll get the output 1 to 10. Okay. Wearing the next one and very important one. synchronization. So let us understand of this synchronization. Now let us consider we are having a bank account. Let us consider we are having a bank account with a balance of 5,000. With a balance of 5,000. Then let us consider we are having the customers like X and Y are the customers here. Who is going to access the same account? X and Y accessing the same account. Then what type of account it is called as?
Joint account.
Very good. Joint account. It is called as what? Joint account. Then at time T1, X checks balance. So what is the balance now? 5,000, right? 5,000. At time T2, X withdraws, which is 1,000. Whenever I say withdraw, let me take 1,000. At time T3, Y checks balance. So what is the balance now?
4,000.
4,000.
At time T4, Y withdraws. Let me say every time 1,000. Like that they are doing the transactions. Then at time T12, X checks balance, which is 1,000. At time T13, Y also checks balance, which is 1,000. At time T14, X withdraws, which is 1,000. At time T15, Y withdraws. So what is the output we get? What is the output Y will get?
Insufficient balance.
Insufficient balance, right? Insufficient balance. So is it a correct output for Y? Not, don't think like programmer. As a common user.
No.
No, right? So just now Y has checked the balance. It has shown 1,000. But immediately it is saying no, insufficient balance or no balance. So which is not a correct output for Y. Y will get confused what happened. Okay. So this type of problems we say it as concurrency problems. This type of problems we call it as concurrency problems. Means when two or more threads access the same resource. So in this case X and Y are threads accessing same resource, the balance or same account, then there is a chance of having concurrency problems. Chance of having, not every time, chance of having concurrency problems. So let us understand why we are getting this error. Let us understand what is the mistake in this application. So let us suppose in order to do this application, we have created a method void make withdrawal. Which takes amount as an argument to withdraw. There. Now in this one, we are writing some lines of code. Whenever you call the method make withdrawal, it will contain some part of code which checks the balance of your account. The first step is checking the balance. Then goes for the next transaction withdraw, which contains some part of code. Now, let us suppose this method is used by X and Y threads. So let us suppose we are having X and Y threads who is accessing this method. So we are having multiple threads in this code. So X and Y thread are accessing this make withdrawal method. Then let us suppose CP has given time to X thread. Let us suppose CP has given time to X thread to enter into this method first. When CP has entered into this method, it has executed this part of code. Check balance. So X-thread has executed this part of code. So check balance this part. Then after that, CPU has given time to Y thread to enter into this method because it's multi-threading. So CPU has given time to Y thread to enter into this method. So Y also executed this part of code. This one. So Y has also checked the balance. Now CPU has given time to X thread to enter into this method. So X thread has executed this withdraw code. So the amount has been withdrawn. Then CPU has given time to Y thread to enter into this withdraw code. So it has executed this withdraw code Y thread and it's saying insufficient balance. Got it? Why we got this error? Not error, like why we got wrong outputs?
Yeah.
Right, everyone? How the flow is going? Because of multi-threading, this is the problem. Then the solution for this problem is very simple. Solution is very simple. Just by using a keyword, synchronize it. Just we have to use a keyword called synchronize it before the method name. Then the advantage of using synchronize it keyword is when one thread enters into this method, like if X thread enters into this method until the total method is completed, that is X has to check the balance, and once X has withdrawn the money, then only Y can enter and use this method. Until that time, Y has to wait. Then there won't be any concurrency problems, right? Jyoti Meghana?
Yes.
Right? Monica Srijana, clear with the word synchronize it?
Yeah.
Right? So only one thread can enter into the method. Once one thread enters into the method, until the total method is over, Y cannot access it. It has to wait for it. Okay? So that is the meaning of synchronized. What is this? When two or more threads access the same resource, then there is a chance of getting concurrency problems. I've explained concurrency problems in the diagram. Okay. Synchronization in Java is used to avoid concurrency problems. Synchronization in Java is used to avoid what? Concurrency problems. Okay. Synchronized keyword is used for synchronization. Okay. Synchronized keyword can be used for a method or block of statements only. So we cannot use synchronized wherever we want. We can use synchronized only for a method or block of statements only, not for variables or not for data members or not for classes. Only two locations we can use for method and block of statements. So already we have seen about method. So just before the method we can use synchronized. Let us see what is the advantage of block of statements. So when you take a method, your method contains some 100 lines of code. Let us assume your method contains some 100 lines of code. But there is a problem of synchronization only with the 10 lines. There is a problem of concurrency only with the 10 lines. Then if I make synchronization, will the performance gets degraded? When we go for synchronization, will the performance get degraded?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, because only one thread will work. So performance will get degraded. So if you make the complete method as synchronized, performance will get degraded. But you are having problem only with 10 lines of code. So instead of making complete 10 lines of code as synchronization, we can make only the 10 lines of code as synchronization. Got it? The advantage of synchronous it block. So wherever the problem is there, we can even make only that part of code as synchronous it block. You have to pass the object. So we can make only the 10 lines of code as synchronous. In that way, we can increase the performance of your application somewhat increase. So maximum we go with synchronized blocks only. If you are having problem with complete method, then we make the complete method as synchronized. But if you are having concurrence problem only with some part of code, we make only that part of code as synchronized. Clear up to get? Jyoti Meghna?
Yes.
Yes.
Right? Monica Srijana?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? If you remember, we are having this string buffer, string builder. I discussed it in LAN package. Do you remember these two classes?
Yeah.
String
Yes.
buffer, string builder. What I said on the day? String buffer, the methods are synchronized. String builder, the methods are not synchronized. So your string buffer is thread safe. That means there won't be any concurrency problems when you go for string buffer. But string builder is what? Not thread safe. But performance wise, string builder is more faster than string buffer because it's not synchronized. Clear the differences?
Yes.
Right? Okay. One more question I'll ask. Whenever you are developing the software applications, we are having two important features like correctness of the application and performance of application. Correctness and performance. So out of these two features, correctness and performance, which is more important? When you are developing software applications, which is more important? Correctness of the application or performance? Which one we should consider more?
Performance.
Correct.
Performance.
Performance or correctness?
Both.
You should not say both. Anyone. Which one is more important out of these two?
Correctness.
Correctness.
Correctness, not performance, okay? Correctness. Let me take an example. Okay, let me take an example. Let us suppose you are going to ATM and you want to withdraw 5,000. But within seconds it is giving 3,000. Performance is there. Will you accept that 3,000?
No.
Even though it is taking 1 hour or 1 day, you require your 5,000 only, right? Right, everyone? So which is more important?
Correctness.
Correctness of the application. When your application is not correct, then is there any use of your application? No, right? So first priority is correctness. Then only we have to think of performance. So why I should apply synchronization? In order to achieve correctness, I should compulsory lose performance. So when you are having concurrency problems, compulsory I should apply synchronization, even though the performance is getting degraded, because the application should be totally correct. Got it? Why we are applying synchronization?
Yeah.
Right? Let us go with the next one, the last one of our threads, something confusing one. Inter-thread communication. Inter-thread communication. Let us understand this. So the meaning of inter-thread communication is, let us suppose you are having a thread 1 which is doing a task. Once you complete the task, we get the result, right? Once the task is completed, we get the result. This result want to be used by thread 2. This result want to be used by thread 2. Then, when thread 1 is doing the task, in between, can thread 2 take the value of result? So
No.
thread 1 is doing the task. The task is not yet completed. So before completing the task only, can thread 2 take the value of result?
No.
No, right? So when the task is totally complete and when the result value is ready, then only the thread 2 should take the value of result, right?
Yeah.
Right? So they have to communicate now. They have to communicate. Means when thread 1 is doing the task, it will inform thread 2, I am doing the task, please wait. I am doing the task, please wait. When the result is ready, then it will inform thread 2, now the result is ready, take it and use it. So they have to communicate. So how this communication is done is, it is done using wait, notify and notify all methods. It is done using which methods? Wait, notify and notify all methods. These methods belongs to which class? These methods belongs to which class? Not thread class. Not thread. If you remember line package, you can answer this.
Wrapper classes.
Not wrapper. What is the topmost class in Java?
Object class.
Object class. Did I list out these methods in object class? I said I'll discuss these methods in multithreading. Do you remember?
Yes.
Right? So these methods belongs to object class. So many people will get confused here. We'll say thread class, which is not correct. So these methods belongs to object class. Okay. The use of these methods is when thread 1 is doing the task, it has to inform thread 2. It has to inform thread 2, go to block state. Why we have to say go to block state? If it is not going to block state, it will take the result in between only. So the thread 2 should not get executed. Okay. So what I should do? We have to use wait method. That is, when wait method is invoked, when wait method is invoked on a thread, when you are invoking wait method on a thread, the other threads, if wait method is called by thread 1, the other threads, that is thread 2, the other threads will go to block state. So when they go to block state, they won't use the CPU. Will go to block state. But until what time? Until notified using notify or notify all methods. So when thread 1 is doing the task, it will call wait method. Then thread 2 will go to block state. But until what time it should be in block state? When the result value is ready, then we call notify or notify all. Then it will come back and use the value of result. Got it? The need of wait and notify all methods.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? Wait is like making the thread to go to block state. Notify is like bringing back to runnable state. Okay? Got it?
Yeah.
Right? Then the difference between notify and notify is very simple. If there is only one thread in block state, we use notify. If there are multiple threads in block state, we use notify. Very, very small difference. If there is only one thread in block state, we use notify. Whereas if there are multiple threads in block state, we use notify all. Okay. One more condition here. These methods means wait, notify and notify all. These methods need to be used in synchronized context only. Means these methods I should use either in synchronized method or synchronized blocks only. Synchronized context only. Else it will throw, if you are not using, it will throw illegal monitor state exception. So if you are not using, it's going to throw what exception? Illegal monitor state exception. Let us understand this concept using a program. Right click on project and in new class, interthread demo with main method. In this, we are taking a class thread sum, which extends thread or runnable, anything. Override, I'm taking one data member sum, override run method. Then the logic what I want to do is we want to find the sum of 1 to 100. What is the logic in this code? We want to find the sum of 1 to 100. Right? Clear with the logic? Sum equal to sum plus I. So this for loop will find the sum of 1. Then in the main thread, we are creating object of thread sum. And we are saying ts dot start. So when you say ts dot start, it will go to run method and the run method will get executed. Okay. Now here we will say this out sum equal to ts dot sum. I'm taking the value of sum value. So once you say ts dot start, it goes to run method and we are printing the value of sum in main thread. See the output. Observe the output, very important. Now we got the sum value as 5050. Is it a correct output? Yes. 5050 is the correct output. But run the program. 5050. Run it again. Now you got 0. Again 5050. Again 0. So is it consistent output? Is it same output every time?
No.
No. Can we submit the application like this only?
No.
Alright, we cannot submit like this. So the output should be, the result should be consistent. Every time same output when you run the application. But what is happening in this program? It is giving different outputs. Sometimes even you get some other number instead of 5050 also. Okay, when you keep on running, we'll get some other numbers also, not only 0. Some other numbers also will get. But we have to run at least 10 to 15 times. Okay, so where is the problem? Let us understand. So in this program, how many threads are there?
2 threads.
2 threads. What they are?
The main and the thread sum.
Right. We are having main. When you run the program, first main thread will go to runnable state, right? First main thread will go to runnable state. And after that, it has executed this part of code. It has created object. And when you say ts start start, so will ts also goes to runnable state? So when you say ts start start, ts also goes to runnable state. Then, now how many threads are there in runnable now?
2.
2 threads,
2.
right? One is main and one is ts. This statement belongs to which thread?
Main thread.
Main.
Main thread, very good. It belongs to main thread. Now let us suppose CP has given time to main thread first. So when you say ts start start, your ts also is in runnable state, but before CP has given time to ts, your CP has given time to main thread. So main thread will execute this part of code. It will execute this part of code. So when it executes this part of code, what is the value of sum here?
0.
0. Because default value. Because run method is not yet executed. For loop is not yet executed. So that's the reason we got 0. Here everyone, why we got output 0?
Yeah.
Right? Then what I should do? This statement of main thread should not get executed until the for loop is completed. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Right, everyone? This statement that is sum equal to should not get executed until the for loop is completed. Means this statement belongs to main thread. So I should make main thread to go to block state. If I make main thread to go to block state, then this statement will not get executed by CPU. Then how to make a thread to go to block state? By using wait method. So when TS is calling wait method, the other threads will go to block state. So in our case, main thread will go to block state. and wait method throws interrupted. So we can add throws declaration. So when you say wait, then your main thread will go to block state. So this line of code will not get executed until we inform. When we inform, when the for loop is completed, we'll inform notify or notify all. Anything is okay. Clear? Where to use wait and where to use notify?
Yes.
Raj,
Right? Yeah.
why don't we write print statement in for loop here?
Which one? Which statement?
Print system.out.println.
Because I want to use this some other places. I
Okay.
don't want to print over there. I want to use it. So when you want to
Okay.
use it, we make it as data member or we have to return it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
There. Now run the program now. So we get an exception. What is it? Illegal monitor state exception. Because I said one point to you. What is it? These methods need to be used in synchronized context only. Else we will throw illegal monitor state exception. So we have to use it in synchronized block. Synchronized of this because we don't know which object is going to call this method. So we are saying synchronized of this. And in this, synchronized of the object. That's it. Now run the program. So we get 5050. How many times you run? We'll get the same output. No change in the output. Clear? Jyoti and Meghana, this inter-thread communication.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Monica, Srijana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people will raise a small question here, a small clarification, like some doubt. They'll ask, do I need to remember the exception names? So we have seen so many exception names, right? In this multi-threading
Yeah.
only, we have seen 3 exception names, like illegal argument exception, illegal thread state exception, illegal monitor state exception. We have seen 3 exceptions. So people will ask, do I need to remember the names? I'll say yes. You have to remember the names. Let me take example, like you are going to an interview. 3 persons are going to an interview. So they are asking the question, like if I'm not using wait, notify all methods in synchronize it, what will happen? Then what is the condition I should follow for wait, notify and notify all? What rule I should follow? That is the question. So first candidate said no idea. Second candidate said it will go with exception. Third candidate said illegal monitor state exception. So we will get more score.
Third person.
Third one, right? We have elaborated more about the exception name also. That means the interviewer easily understand that we have learned the concept in depth. We should know the name of the exceptions also. Then only we will be differed with other candidates. Got it? Right? So remember the exception names also, very, very important. So with that, you can prove that you have really worked on the concepts. Right? So any questions up to here?
No.
Right? So that's about multi-threading. Let me give a small assignment to work on this. Write a program to find sum of even numbers and sum of odd numbers using multithreading. Using multithreading means we have to create 2 threads here, thread even, thread odd. In thread even, we find the sum of even numbers, and thread odd, we will find the sum of odd numbers. Use start method. Then both the threads will be executed by CPU. In that way, performance will be increased. Okay, that's about for this multi-threading today. And tomorrow we'll start off with one more small topic, very simple one. We are going to discuss about Java 5, 6, 7, and 8 version feature. Very simple one. Java 5, 6, 7, 8 version features. Okay. right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And before I close, Meghana,
Yes, sir.
you have submitted the program. I thought let me discuss in the class. Your program is right only,
Yes.
but suggested programming is when you are throwing the exception here, go with the message here only.
Yes, sir.
Custom message. What is the custom message I have given? Insufficient balance. Insufficient balance. So when you print the object here, instead of exception occurred, when you say exception occurred, will the user understand what is happening?
No.
No, right? So you have to print the object here. So when you print the object, it will go to toString method and it will go with the exception name and the message. Or if you want to just, you can say e.getMessage also. Put that for users. So this
Yes.
is the suggestion for you. Okay, Meghana?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So because you have taken the string as an argument, so we have to pass the message to the string argument. So this is user-defined exception name with the user-defined messages also.
Yes.
Okay. And one more point here, everyone. Is this withdraw exception is a class name? Is withdraw exception is a class?
No.
Yes.
Yes, right? It's a class. So what is the standard asset for class? What is the
Capital.
standard you have to follow? First letter of everybody is capital. So here W you make it as capital, not rule. It's a standard. Standard means suggestions only. Okay. So withdraw two words. Two words are coming. So W should be make it as capital and exception capital. So if you practice like that from the year, then in future you won't find errors more, and you'll become a good programmer. Okay, all of you.
Yeah.
Right? Follow the standards when you are typing the programs also. Right?
Yeah.
So that's about for today. And in the next class, we'll go with the Java 5 to 8 version details. Right? Thank you all. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.